This is my Bentley Arnage, and something happened where the driver's side window will not go up and down. When I press the button for the window, I just get like a little click I can hear somewhere, either in the door or somewhere. But anyway, it's completely stationary. The window will not go up, it won't go down, not even a little bit, it won't budge. I just hear a little bit of like a click, electronic click. So anyway, I went on YouTube and see if anybody had any suggestions as to how to take the door panel off so I can look at the window regulator. And of course there was nothing there, so that's why I'm making this video. I did call a place I saw on eBay that said that they'll rebuild the window regulator for a couple $100, and I was concerned that the motor itself may be bad. And the gentleman that I spoke with claims he does dozens of these every week, and he said the motors almost never go bad. It's the mechanism within it, the little pulleys or wheels or whatever. So he said he can almost bet that when I take this thing out, the motor's going to be good, but the mechanism itself is what needs to be repaired, and he can do it. So that's good to hear, because a brand new window regulator is like $1,200. Probably $1,400 or $1,500 by the time I pay tax and get it over here from Crew England, from Flying Spares. So if this guy on eBay can fix it for a couple $100, great. But in the meantime, we got to figure out how to get this thing out of here. So that's what this video is all about. Okay, here's the door panel. I wanted to show you what mine looks like, so that way you can see if yours is the same. And I'm just going to go real slow and take this step by step and try not to break anything. I'm told that somebody wrote in that when you remove this thing, there are going to be some pins in there that are going to break off, and apparently that's expected. And you can buy those from Flying Spares, and they're cheap. So keep that in mind. But the question is, you know, how do you get in here to start removing stuff? Where are the hidden screws and bolts and all that? So that's what we got to find out, and I'm not sure that's going to be easy. I'm not really sure where to begin. I see a screw there, and there's one there. I'm going to start with that. I got these two screws out. By the way, it's handy to have a short little stubby one. In fact, if you have one shorter than this, it'd be even better, because I had to work a little bit on an angle. But anyway, I got these two screws out. They look like that. And then I pulled up on this thing, and I noticed that it really wasn't coming up over on this side. So it looks to me like this is next here. And when I pulled this up, I see that there's a screw in there. I don't know if that's an Allen wrench. I'll take a look at it. But anyway, it looks like that has to come off here after, and this just kind of, I gently pried that out. Okay, I unscrewed this. It was just a Phillips. But anyway, once I did that, came down, this thing pulled right up off of there, and it came off the door. So we're looking good. Let's just keep plugging along. The next thing I did was remove this. I just took it was in there like this, and I took a little screwdriver on the edge here and pulled that up, and we can see what's going on there. So that was next on the list. The next step is to get an 8mm socket with an extension and put it in here and in there to remove this armrest. So stick an 8mm socket in there, and then put it on the ratchet, and then take those two bolts out, and then I'm told that the armrest will come up. Once those two bolts from underneath here are taken out, and by the way, god damn it, here they look like these little nuts here. Okay, there's two of them. Then this, you can stand up and pull this off, and go from there. I'll figure out what's going on here. Oh, there we go. And there are the two studs that I took those nuts off of a minute ago. And then you can see there's a bolt there and a bolt there that have to come out. I just want to let you know I took these out, and these this is a 7mm socket. You need to take these to unscrew these. You know, we used 8mm under here and now 7mm for these. I want to explain something, and this is not any fun holding this up with one hand here, but this thing comes off, but this top of the armrest here stays on. That does not come off. Those two bolts come out, but you leave that off, and then you pry up on this thing, and it just slides right off. And of course, we got to do some disconnecting there. And these must be the pins that they're talking about. I think I broke every goddamn one of them, but we'll buy these from Flying Spares. See, they're here. I mean, this just came off real easily. Maybe this job has been done before by somebody. But anyway, these must be the plastic clips that they're saying you just replace. So anyway, that's it. This one here, I had to put a little knife, or not a knife, but a regular screwdriver in there and just pry this thing up right here, and then this slid right off. That wasn't a problem. So on the top here, you know, when this is connected, you just use a little screwdriver to pull this clip up. These here, I'm going to take off. Looks like that purple and white one goes first, and then the black one's behind it. And I'm glad I'm taking a picture of this, because I'll forget the goddamn thing when I put it back on. Okay, so I took the door panel off, and I wanted to show you. I think I broke every goddamn one of these clips, because this one was right here, and even this one's broke. But I guess that's what they're supposed to look like. And, you know, every one of these things look like I broke them. But anyway, we come over here, and this is where they are. Looks like this is the one that went here. I got to do some research to see if we have to take the speaker off. I'm almost sure we do. That'll probably be next. Stay tuned. Okay, I took I pulled the clips out with pliers. I had to, and almost every one of them broke when I pulled them out of here. Then I started taking this stuff off. You can see the motor there, so we're getting close. I had to pull this wire through. But what I wanted to mention is this is definitely going to have to come off. So that'll be the next step here. I'm going to take this speaker out with these screws, and then hopefully this will come off and we can get serious about getting this window regulator out of here and over to the shop. I want to show you something that wasn't very fun. First of all, you need an 8mm socket to take these bolts out. When you do that, take this thing off. There's a wire. It's hanging there. It's not. You can't disconnect it from here. So what you need to do is you need to pry this thing off. Come over here. Take this plastic off, and there's going to be the connection here, and you're going to have to pry it off from down here. Disconnect these two, because if you pull too hard on the speaker, you'll actually break that wire. I couldn't do it by just trying to stick a screwdriver in there. I actually had to push this through here and get this whole contraption loose, and then do the disconnecting out of the car here. But anyway, once you do that, then you can take this thing off. See, but there is no connection here, so be careful. You don't want to mess up your speaker. Okay, I took the plastic trimming off. You can see here I took these plastic pieces off too for access, and this is like really sticky, and I don't know, it's not sticky now. It was sticky when it was on the car. Who knows? Anyway, I don't know if I have to take this one off or not. I'm going to work on that. I think these two and these two, and maybe that one up in there, need to come off, I think. But I'll let you know in a minute. While I was taken these two out. I took these two out, but I noticed that this motor, these bolts right here, see them? It looks like I just noticed that they slid up. See how they, like you loosen them a little bit and they slide out of there. And this is the motor. So I loosened them and this motor is connected somehow. I don't know if I was supposed to do that or not, but we'll find out in the end. But so the motor is kind of loose now. I got to get the rest of the mechanism out. When I took these bolts out, I then noticed, look, the window's moving now. So it looks to me like I'm gonna have to go in here and in here and take out those two little nuts in there, and then this whole regulator will come out. And of course, you know, I know when I did this on my Cadillac, you got to be careful because this window will drop down hard. So you got to take these out easy and put something in here, or your hand or something in here to hold the window up, because you don't want it slamming down into the door. But I think we're getting real close to getting this thing off now. Okay, I got it out. And one of the things I wanted to mention is there are two 8mm bolts that go here. And I showed it to you in the previous take. And then they connect here. And that's what opens and lowers the window. I actually had to take the whole window out. I'm just resting it on another car here. But just be aware that these two bolts have to be taken out of here. The window then comes out of the car, and then you pull this regulator out the bottom part of the car. I'll show you. Let's see. Out this part right here. You just wiggle it right out of there. Of course, I had to take this off, this connector. But the two bolt holes here are where I just showed you a second ago. That's where you stick your socket in there and you do your disconnecting. But hang on to the window because you don't want the damn window to fall down, or fall, even worse, fall out of the car. So just be aware of that. And everything's out of here. Now I'm going to send this thing into the shop and see what they say. I received the window regulator back from the repair shop, and you know, I made a mistake here because I did not test the window regulator before I sent it to them. You know, it just wasn't working when it was in the car. I heard one click, but I didn't play around with it when I took it out, and I should have, and you should do that too, because the repair guy said that the damn thing was off track here, but nothing was broken. And he said this plate, I guess, was lodged too high. He said he couldn't figure out how that happened. Maybe there was lash in the string. He's not really sure, but he actually tried to talk me out of rebuilding it. I did it anyway, just because it's going to need to get done sooner or later. But he was kind of implying that if I had just played around with this thing, I probably could have got it to work on my own and saved myself the $260. So that's a screw up on my part. But anyway, I guess I would suggest playing around with it once you get it off the car. You know, just plug it in maybe here, and then use the switch in the center console to see if this thing will go up and down. Because according to him, he wasn't really sure this even needed to get rebuilt. So who knows what the hell. Anyway, we're going to put it back in now and see what happens. This is the test that I should have done before I sent it to be rebuilt. So according to the guy I sent it to have it be rebuilt, this would have worked if I would have just put the cable back on the pulley. I don't know what the hell, but anyway, I'm glad I had it rebuilt, because sooner or later this thing's going to go bad anyway. But I would recommend that you do this before you send it into the shop, or at least take a look at things and see if it's something you can fix on your own before you send it in. Take a look at that. So this is a success, and I'm glad to see that this got fixed for $260. Of course, it probably could have been cheaper than that if I had just checked things out before I sent it in. Who knows what the hell? But I'm going to tell you something. From what I've read, these Arnage window regulators go bad sooner or later anyway. So I probably did myself a favor by having the thing rebuilt now, than if this happened in an inconvenient time in the middle of a winter or something. Although I don't drive this car in the winter, but anyway, this is good. So I'm just gonna make some adjustments here and bolt everything down. I will tell you that this part here was a little tricky, getting these bolts in. You know, working alone, if you had a person to hold the glass while you put the 8mm socket through there to bolt it to the glass, it probably would be easier, but I'm working alone. My family members are fucking worthless, so I had to do this myself. That wasn't exactly fun doing, you know, holding the glass up and praying that it doesn't fall out and break. But anyway, we have success. So this is a good deal. Last thing I want to show you here is the clip that you need to buy, or the, you know, the part number. These are those red clips that I showed you that I broke, and from what I've read, it's just expected you're going to break these clips. I mean, if you end up salvaging a few of them, you're lucky. So anyway, this is the Flying Spares website. You can see they're about $2, a little over $2 a piece, plus whatever it costs to ship them here to the U.S. The important thing is the part number there, 3W0867549. And then I also noticed if you go to eBay, they have these, you can get them on eBay too, probably get them a little quicker. Notice that 3763 is for, it's for 10 of them. And then another 7's for shipping. So, you know, that's not any fun paying that for only 10. I think you probably need about 15 of these to go all the way around the door. But anyway, I just wanted to show you what these are, because you will need to get these. In my case, I'm going to go to the local Bentley dealership here. I think they said they're about $2 a piece. And that way I can get them right away. They're in stock. There's no shippings. But if you don't have a Bentley dealership locally, this is the part you need to get in order to put the door panel back on.